So when you have Lens Studio opened, you'll see all these awesome templates. They recently added a lot more. Before it was a lot less. But then basically any templates you choose from will give you an already finished Lens Studio project, and you can start tweaking it right away. So I'm gonna start with one of the more basic template. Let's go to Face Paint right here. Double click it and it will load a project with Face Paint. Look, already on my face. Yes. I'm gonna turn on the lights. Really weird looking. So to get to your camera, over here, you see under preview, they have an image mode where it gives you a bunch of image by, these official people. Over here, you see you can choose 2 people, 1 person, different looks, even person with a cat, and then you can choose video. But if you want, just open webcam mode so you can see yourself. Yes, like this. And then the whole Lens Studio have like almost a very similar concept like Unity. There's a 3D scene where all your 3D objects are gonna be in. There's nothing there. I'll explain why. Because what we're using is we're using a 2D plane. Wait, did you already get it on your phone?
Yes.
That's fast. Okay. What we're doing right now, we're using a face paint 2D plane. That's why there's no object in the 3D field. But if later, let's say we want to put in a 3D animated object in AR or on your head or whatever, you'll see stuff going on here in the 3D view. And to navigate in the 3D view, it's you hold on right click and then you move around to rotate. Middle mouse button to pan, and then left click to select. Very much like Unity. And over here under face paint, you see a bunch of things. Paint is enabled. If you disable that, enable something else, there's a list of face paint basically that's already preset for you. And they all look very, how do I say, extravagant, right? Basically, the way it works is very easy. You go into any of these face paint, and then you find, let's say this flower cheeks. Over here where it says texture, there's flower cheeks. If you bring in any of your own texture, for example, I have a BAM texture right here, and I drag that into my opacity texture, and then change it. Why is it not showing up? That's really weird. Oh, okay. They're not opacity texture. You drag your own custom texture to the texture slot, and then why is it not showing up? Oh, okay, derp. I don't have this enabled. Okay, but anyway, now it doesn't look that good because it's not positioned right. So if you want to position your how do I say, picture with the right face, how do I say, position, you can drag these dots on your face and then position your texture, in the better shape. So, okay, something like that, but that's not what I'm gonna do right now. That's just one part about putting texture on your face. But Snap also have, turn this on, a lot of really cool feature. Over here, if you go to your hierarchy, you notice here this hierarchy is very much like your Unity hierarchy, right? Add new. Over here, you go to General Mesh Face Effects, and under hello, so welcome, yay! Haven't seen you in a while. Over here under Face Effects, so we're just learning Lens Studio today. If you want, you can download it on your computer. Kelsey, you help her hook up her everything, okay? So under Face Effect, we can see there's eye color. Let's select eye color, and then you can start to change your eye color into something, I'm gonna change it to red. And then, oops. Remember, after you set your color, you can't just close it. You need to click OK, because yeah, it took me a while to get used to it. I'm still not used to it. You can even change your eye color into a texture and put in the texture in it. See, now there's this little like bam texture in my eye. Very easy to use, right?
Wait, how do you get the texture?
So over here, mode, under eye color mode, instead of color, change it to texture, and I have it already. And tweak the alpha. You can also change the blend mode. It's just like the same blend mode in Photoshop: darken, lighten, screen. Okay. Really cool. You can spend all day just tweaking these details. And okay, so after eye color, I want to show my personal favorite. It's called face stretch. So if we go to object, under object, add new face effect, go to face stretch, and here you can start to stretch your face like this. Yes, like this. Even more, yes. And then make really really weird tweaks to your face, basically. So let's just have some fun tweaking, stretching our face, okay? I'm gonna turn on face ping. Very attractive. I would say very attractive. And yeah, under add new face effects, there's face mask, face stretch, face image. Over face image here, I think if you click face image, there will be a 2D face image on your face that's like stick with you whenever you go, however you move. And then over here under resources, you can click Giphy. It actually just links to Giphy, the Giphy website. We all know what Giphy is. And then you can find any really cool GIF that you know and then add it. Let's say add a face image. And then I will just have a GIF on my face right away. Isn't that cool? Yay, on fire. Right? Over here, on the top right corner, let's push your lens to your phone. If you have your Snapchat account connected, just click this, then it will just automatically send your lens to your Snapchat account, and you can use it on your phone right away. Okay? I'm just gonna give you guys like a good 10-15 minutes for you to just play around with these effects because I know they're really fun. There's also this really cool function called face insect. If you click on face insect, it will actually insect a portion of your face onto your face, like my mouth. And I can copy paste it. Then and then you can go over here where it says face region, mouth. You can change it to left eye, right eye, nose, you know. And then just be really ridiculous with it. Nose. You can change it to face. So, oh my god. And then you can drag it down and then just like, you know, have your face on your face. Who would have thought? Face insect, and then copy paste it, drag it, copy paste it, drag it. Copy paste. Just have fun with it, okay? As long as you have a good idea, you have like the technology to make it. Super cool. Woo! Okay. Let me see what else. Okay, head binding. What's head binding? Oh, head binding is 3D object and other stuff. But what else? What else is there? Let me see. Here, add pose effects under general. You scroll all the way down over pose effects. There's analog TV pose effects. So your whole lens will look like an analog TV. Very like pink and green-ish, right? I'll just publish this as a lens, and then people would have be like, what? Pretty cool, no? Add more pose effects like color gradient, distortion. Ooh. And under distortion, if you select on any pose effect you added, over here, material. So the tricky part about Lens Studio is that, you know, like Unity, if you select a material from the inspector, it will just be automatically highlighted under your resource window, right? But Lens Studio, if you select the material, it actually doesn't select the material for you. So you need to know what the material is called. It's called distortion, and you need to go find it by yourself over in resource. And then over here, I have my distortion. I have these parameters that I can change. Speed, I can make it super fast or super slow. Intensity, right? The distortion intensity. And speed options, linear speed. Ooh, that's actually really cool. Okay. So all these effects are really cool to use, but if you want to make more, how do I say, more of a dynamic lens, like the lens Lee made where you open your mouth and something changes, or you raise your eyebrows and something changes, you can use this really cool thing called behavior script. So if you go to general helper script behavior script is basically a list of really simple actions that are written for you. So trigger over here, trigger means that what do you want to be triggered? Let's say we have face event. Event type, mouth open, mouth closed, brows raised, brows lowered, face found, face lost, kiss started. It actually detects a kiss. You can make a kiss and it will know when did you make, let me say, kiss started. And options response type. Over here, you can say animate image, play sound, set enabled. So I'm gonna choose set enabled. And target, I'm gonna put how about distortion. So I'm gonna turn off analog TV. Well, it's actually better. And then now I have a script saying that if kiss started, it's gonna set distortion as enable. And I'm gonna copy and then paste it so that I have another script. Also face event, I'm gonna change kiss started to kiss finished. So when kiss is finished, set enable to set disable. Where's this? Oh, set enable. Action from enable to disable. Well, action, I can just change this action to toggle and delete this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so now my kiss is finished, but it doesn't know. Oh, I see. I need to kiss it twice. But
like a switch.
Yeah, so it's like a switch. I'm gonna turn off particle system. So I kiss, and then I kiss again. Right? No coding whatsoever that's required for you to write. You just need to use drag it and drop into the behavior script. I can copy this, paste again. And then instead of distortion, maybe I can put analog TV, or I can put what all of these, the face insect binding. So go to my behavior script. Wait, what? And then plug into a target as my face insect binding, and then a kiss, and then it all just go away. Kiss again, it's back. You can also change this kiss started to like face found, face lost, brows raised. Let's change it to brows raised. So now I raise my brow, and then a kiss. Different things start to like, different actions start to, right? And I raise my brow again, and a kiss again, and it's back. You can start making a mini game just with these actions. Really cool. Cool stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys around 10 minutes so you can play around with your lens, and then we can all upload it to our Snapchat. Also, if after you're finished with the lens, let's say if I'm really satisfied with this, I can go over here under publish lens, and then you can give it tag, give it a preview video, and then just submit. It usually takes like less than an hour for your lens to be approved. If you don't have anything that's like too weird, you know, any porn related stuff, it should get like approved right away. Also, if you want to submit your lens, you should always go to project info here and change your icon because you don't want it to have a default icon. Okay? Fun. Yeah?
Screen text.
text?
Right.
Okay. Oh, shit. Lee just found out about it. Cool. So you go under object and under screen text, select that, and apparently it will just add a text for you. Wow, I never knew about this. And over here, let's kiss. That's too weird. Kiss or raise your eyebrow. So Emma, you said you added a font?
Oh yeah.
Did you create a font?
No.
Here, add new font. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Nice. Indie flower. My kind of font. Okay, custom font. Oh, so cool. Wow. Whee! I'll give you guys another like 10-20 minutes to just like play around with the lens. Also, if you have anything like that if I go over too fast and you want to ask, now is a good time, to ask me if you get stuck or anywhere. But after this, we'll spend another like 20 minutes doing like an AR lens. So we'll put like a 3D model onto like the plane and then static object. I have a static object here. Here I'm gonna change my preview from webcam mode to image mode and change it from a person to world beach brick. Okay. So over here, Lens Studio already placed an object for you. And then you can trophy and then click this move tool. You can move this object around. You can also move it over here. But basically the whole concept is that if you have a 3D object that you want to put in AR for, import your object into Lens Studio and then replace it with the trophy. Where it says replace me, you just got to replace this object. So let's try. Let's see what I have. I have some nice buildings that I made in Blender. Okay. See, I have these houses that I made a while ago. And maybe I just want them to, I want to put them in, how do I say, Lens Studio. And then, unfortunately, Lens Studio doesn't read blend file. I don't know if it reads C4D file, but I know it definitely reads one of the most basic primary files, such as OBJ and FBX. So I'm just going to export this as an FBX. Export it to my desktop. And FBX, house grassland, drag it in. Import everything. And then the moment you drag in any object into Lens Studio, it would just automatically be dragged into the scene. That's the one part where it's different from Unity. Like in Unity, if you want to drag in an object, you need to drag it into resources and then drag it into here, drag into the scene from your resources folder. Over here, you can't actually drag it into your scene at all because the moment you import it, it gets automatically put in your scene, which is, kind of convenient. And then, by the way, all the hotkeys for controlling position and then rotation and then scale is the same as the hotkeys in Unity. So it's Q, W, E, and R on the 4 keys on your keyboard. And then I'm just gonna scale it down. And it looks like a hot pink right now because doesn't have any texture. So I'm gonna put textures on them right now by over here, go to my resources, add new texture. Oh no, sorry, material. Over here, material, you see there are PBR, diffuse, unlit, occluder. So I recommend you use the PBR material because that's the best material to start with. And go over my house grassland. I have my church fan backup that I don't really need. Yeah, when I exported my project, I exported my lamp and my camera too, so don't need those. Go to my house one. And then material, put my PBR material in. you see paper material automatically comes really shiny. It gives you even like a reflection. That's just the default that they have. I think I can have 2 materials. So I'm gonna name my materials white and then name the other one blue. So that it could have the aesthetics it had. Okay, also save your project house AR. So go over here, white, and then choose another material, blue. Okay. I see it doesn't do multiple materials. Okay, never mind. Then I just put the blue material on my house fan. I don't know. I think I explained this concept a while ago, but I'm gonna go over it again. So in some 3D software, one object, let's say this whole thing is one single object, right? Can have 2 materials. And then under this object, you can select any face that you want which material to have. Let's say I select all these face, and I can go over select my material 1 and click assign, and then they will just have the second material. And then later, if you drag this into Unity, if you give your object 2 different materials, it will just automatically assign it for you because you've already done it in Blender. But apparently, I think Lens Studio doesn't really recognize it, or I haven't figured out how to make it recognize it. But I'm just gonna stay with this for now. Eventually, you can make all these textures with your how do I say UV and stuff. But gonna get to that later. So I'm gonna delete the trophy it has and switch it into my house. So I have my church fan, and then I'm gonna give it the blue material. Then give it a white material. Oh, actually it does it. Okay, cool. Over here, church fan, give it the blue material. And then over here, give it white material. Okay, cool. I don't know why some of them. Church fan backup. Okay, that's why. It actually looks pretty cool. And then I have another house. This I'm gonna give it the. Yeah, I think what I was talking about, it actually does recognize it. Right? Because I have one mesh, and it did recognize that there are 2 materials for me to drag. So sorry, Lens Studio, didn't mean to insult you. Okay, oops. This is white, and this is blue. Okay, so now they look like little porcelain houses, which I really like. But if you don't want them to look this way, you don't have to. Basically, you put your 3D into the scene, but now you see my 3D in hierarchy is like out there. So if I export this, if I use webcam mode and then have it on the screen, I won't demo it right here. But basically, you need to put your 3D into this, or even better, into trophy. And then just turn off trophy and turn your 3D on. So that only this way would your 3D object be able to navigate around the real world. I mean, it only makes sense, right? Because you have to put it into this, green area. Only that way later on you can start dragging it around and stuff. Let's say if I put it out here, then when I drag around the 3D, it doesn't do anything to my object because my object is fixed in that place and it wouldn't recognize any plane. So you have to put it into where the object says replace me, turn their mesh off, turn off this, and then now if I publish this to my phone, and give it a minute, and then I can have my houses on my phone. Yay! Can't really show it right here because my phone doesn't really. But I'm gonna walk around and show it like this. So now wherever I click, if I click over there, god damn it! If I move it over here, and then you see these houses, You can move them, you can rotate them, position them on the right place, okay? As long as there's a plane selected, right? Super easy, super fun. See? I rotate it like this. Have it on your phone. And you just have that as your AR lens, right? So if you want to do it right now, I know Alexis and maybe Lige, you guys, and Ewan, you guys have some 3D models, probably on your computer. Try putting that in right now and you can have your AR ready. Okay, so I just added a script from a twin script from one of their preset scripts, and I made the fan moving. So this is another really cool part about Lens Studio, is that in Unity, if you want like your things to move or rotate, you need to write your own script, right? But in Lens Studio, of course, it's optional. If you want to write some JavaScript, you can always create a new script. But what you can do is that over here, add new, you can create helper script and twin manager. So when you create twin manager, it creates this whole thing called, this whole game object called twin manager. And I'm gonna delete everything else. Under twin manager, there are examples for you to see. So over here, I'm gonna just make it smaller. Too small. You see, one thing about Lens Studio is that everything that's animated, you can't really see the animation from the preview. You can only see it from, you can't really see it in the scene view. You can only see it from the preview. Let's say you see this color, this ball changing color. That's one of the twin animations job doing it. But basically, I'm gonna drag this, I don't know what it's twinning to. You see this box, you see how it's moving. But in the preview, it's not moving, but in here, it's moving. So basically, Lens Studio offers you a bunch of stuff that's already twinning. Let's say example color twins, transform twins, twin values. So if you ever want your things to move or rotate or change color or change shape and change scale, I mean, you go over here where it says twin transform, box move, box scale, and box rotate, right? What I did is I go to the box rotate script and I copy this script and I basically just pasted the script onto my fan and I tweaked some values and now my fan is moving. Very, very not like time consuming. I would say this saves me a lot of time if I ever want to, you know, animate stuff and make some really quick swift movement. So I can copy the script that I have right here and then paste it on my other fan, and it's not moving. Why is it not moving? Oh, I see. Maybe because it's the z-axis. Oh shit, this is the other fan. Okay, what? Oh, okay. So over here, where it says scene object, I need to drag my object to it, and now it starts moving. Okay, now it's better. And then I paste it over here, where it says scene object, I drag my house fan to it, and now all my fans are moving. Yay! Okay, really cool.